You asked, and here it is. Welcome to 8 of the best pre-builts for The Sims 4 for your needs and your budget. Coming up. Hi, I'm Ouiza, and welcome back to WeSims, an online community where I help you explore simulation games with a more technical and entertaining focus. If you like this video, please let me know by leaving a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content just like this, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want more content like this, and hit the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload. Oh, and if you've been following along in these series and at this point you're just watching because you've already bought one of my recommendations from my previous videos, which you guys have been, and it's been really exciting because you've been giving me such positive feedback about it, please tweet me at WeSims. I'd really love to see you and your new computer babies. So send me either photos of them or selfies with them. I don't know what hashtag we can have. I don't know. Say in the comments if you have any ideas for it. But it's been really exciting to see everyone being united with computers that fit their needs and their budget. So why pre-builts? Well, it really is, like I said, quite simply, you asked, and I would much rather research and investigate options that I think would be good, safe, valuable choices for simmers. And I'm not here to say what you should and shouldn't do. However, if you are very serious about saving money, please consider building your own computer. Have a look at some of the links in the description of some of my favorite PC hardware YouTubers who have excellent guides, and please go that route because you will save so much money by building it yourself. And that's the problem with pre-built computers. Pre-built computers are notorious for being overpriced and not transparent about the parts that you're paying for. There are many corners that get cut in order to save costs so that the people who put together that computer can also make money, and that ultimately can hurt the consumer, particularly the unknowing consumer. And hopefully this gets to the right people so that you don't get scammed, because that is what sometimes happens, by these fancy looking RGB light swirling fans computers thinking you're getting a really excellent deal, and actually it's not. If it is not an option for you to build your own computer and you really can either afford or you really need to have a pre-built, that is where this video comes in. And before I jump straight into the options, I refuse to quote-unquote sell products to you that I wouldn't use myself. And I only use products that I believe are good value, good build quality, reasonable wear for the amount of money that I'd be spending on it, and that is what I put forward to you. So, getting into the options. As a note, not all of them are necessarily completely unique of each other, but there are very many price points that I wanted to try and give you different options at, with very different features that you're specifically looking for at those specific budgets. These do not include things like monitors and other peripherals. However, most of the options, and just be check for your specific one that you're interested in, do come with mice and keyboards. The statistics that I'm sharing here are for the Sims 4 base game with no mods, and the reason that is because I cannot find data to suit all the different permutations of the number of stuff, game, expansion packs, custom content, mods that everyone in the community has. So I can't predict how your particular model that you're interested in is going to react to different games. It's up to you and your discretion to titrate basically the number of packs and the amount of custom content or mods that you have, and tweak your settings in the process to get to a sweet spot that works for you. These options that I'm recommending are objectively good for the Sims 4 base game, and will play at least between 50 and 60 frames per second, which is what you need for a smooth Sims experience. So starting off, we have the Acer Aspire desktop, and this particular model is the TC865UR13. Like I've said before, I say all of these model numbers so that we're on the same page, and that when you're looking at something, you know it's the same thing I was looking at and recommending. This comes in at $399 US, which is the cheapest new computer that I could find that would be able to run The Sims 4 at really good medium settings. That's because the processor, which is the i3-9100, comes with the integrated Intel UHD 630 graphics, and this option is actually really solid. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of hard drive space, and it does come with an optical drive, so for those of you who play using CDs, there's an option for you. Most of these actually come with optical drives, and I just thought that this was an excellent option for kicking off this range. The next option is about $20 at time of recording, more expensive, and it is also an Acer Aspire desktop, and this one is the TC885UA91, and I recommend this one in addition to the first one, that because although they're similar, like they have the same processor and therefore the same integrated graphics, there's a compromise here. It comes with faster storage, but less storage, so 512 gigabytes SSD versus the 1 terabyte hard drive. It's up to you to decide whether that is worth it for you, or if you're happy with the 1 terabyte slower or half that but faster. This next option, I don't even know if it's going to be around for very long, because I was quite excited to see that it even existed. And it is a renewed option that I found on Amazon. And it is the HP Pavilion 590P0057C desktop. This desktop is a renewed model, which means it comes from Amazon and Amazon certifies it, and you get so even though it's secondhand, you get a warranty with Amazon still, and it comes with an older generation of hardware, but it's a really good budget option, because this is the first budget option that I've ever recommended that has a dedicated graphics card. No, it's not the top of the line graphics card, but you don't need the top of the line graphics card to play The Sims 4. But starting with the CPU, it comes with an Intel i5 8400 previous gen, but it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is fabulous. Like, you won't need to ever upgrade your RAM after that, like unless you become a professional streamer or video editor, and then at that point you might as well just get a whole new computer. It comes with a 1 terabyte hybrid hard drive technically, which is basically a normal hard drive that's a little bit faster, but not really an SSD. There is a speed cut there, but the dedicated graphics card that it comes with is the Radeon RX 550. From the data that I could find, it's going to stand you in quite good stead with The Sims 4. I couldn't find exact cutoffs as to how high you'd be able to push the settings, but I do believe, and I'm confident that this will be able to allow you to play at least at high settings. Next on the menu is a slightly more expensive Dell, and this is the Dell Inspiron. It's a small desktop in the 3471 model. By the way, for those of you who know about Rakuten, they're having like a 10% cashback at the moment on Dell's website for their birthday, so get in on that. Link in the description. So this option comes with an Intel i5, which is a next, like the step up of the i3s in general, but it's a 9400, which also comes with the integrated UHD 630 graphics like the two Acer options do. So the quality of graphics are going to be the same, but the computer's experience in general, like your experience of using the computer in general, will be a bit faster. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, much like the first two options, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. There are alternatives on the Dell website, one of which has a slower like i3 processor like the Acer options, but has faster storage and slightly more storage by adding an SSD to boot from, and then 1 terabyte for storage if you are interested in that. But I wanted to just put this here because this is a step up in terms of the performance of processors. So now, after working our way through the budget options, there's going to be a price jump. Okay, I'm preparing you, put your seatbelt on, there's a price jump coming. The next option that I'm going to be recommending is the HP Pavilion Gaming Desktop in the TG010170M. This comes with a Ryzen 5 3500 CPU. It comes with an NVIDIA GTX 1650 and 8 gigabytes of memory, as well as 1 terabyte of hard drive storage, not SSD, hard drive. It's currently on back order on the HP official website, but for under $700, this is a really competitive option. It's more in line like with some of the laptops that I've recommended previously from a specs point of view. Although you wouldn't be able to get it immediately, it is a nice in-between point for $400, $500, and now jumping up to $700. Now, there are very few companies, in case you haven't noticed already, that I trust when it comes to pre-built computers. And one of the companies that makes computer parts that I love and use personally is called NZXT. NZXT has a custom computer building service that you can buy, like you can go through online, but they also have some pre-builts that I think are amazing for the price and the quality of components. So that's my biggest criticism usually of pre-built computers, is that you only see like two of the main components and the rest is basically like backyard nonsense that is going to fry the rest of your parts. NZXT has this starter PC, and the starter PC comes with an Intel Core i5 and 9400F, and it comes with the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super, which if you remember I actually recommended in my very first desktop building PC video for my like higher end range. And it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of M.2 NVMe storage. So that's pretty, like, you can't really argue. They didn't skimp on anything with this computer. If you just want an excellent computer that is going to last you for a very long time, go straight here. Just jump to this option. There is a plus version that allows you to upgrade your graphics to a 1660 Ti that can be overclocked and will also give you 1 terabyte of NVMe storage instead of 512. These options that I'm mentioning now essentially mirror what someone who does build computers themselves would choose in their part selection, which you can't say for a lot of other pre-builts. Leading into the close off of this whole price range is the NZXT streaming PC. Now, there are a couple of reasons why I'm recommending this. It's an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. It's a NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of NVMe M.2 storage. Yeah, it's excellent, and it's beautiful, and it's everything. And the reason why I'm so beside myself with it, and you're gonna see this in my upcoming 1000 subscribers thank you video, thank you, is that this is nearly my computer. This is nearly exactly my computer, and I can't give a higher recommendation for a product than one that I've literally designed for myself. And by the way, my computer, the one that is very similar to this, this is supposed to last me for a very long time. Like, I'm not intending on upgrading any of my internal parts for at least 3 to 5 years. And that is my testimony to NZXT's products. I have the same case with most of the same products inside, and from my point of view, there's not a higher recommendation I can give than something that I literally have myself. And there you have it, everyone. My recommendations for pre-built desktop computers for simmers of all budget categories and all needs. Please remember to tweet me if you do decide to get any of these options or any of the previous options that I've recommended. I just love to see it, and I love to see these recommendations making people's lives a bit better. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Sul.